Okay, well, for the sake of time, for those of us that are here, I'll go ahead and kick it off. By way of introduction, my name is Eric. I am the current head of US sneakers here at eBay. It's a very full circle moment for me because I've been collecting sneakers for a couple decades now. And actually, the first pair of collectible sneakers I bought was on eBay. And since then, I've been a power seller across a number of different platforms and just extremely excited to now be here with eBay and pushing forward our sneaker strategy. I also have Andrew Rabin with me, who's one of my teammates, and he is a treasure trove of information and a true subject matter expert. So, any questions you may have about our category, eBay, or sneakers just in general, feel free to drop those in the chat and he'll be sure to pick up on those. Today, again, we only have a few minutes, about 12 or so we'll briefly run through a few key points. First, I want to touch back on our vision to make sure that we're all aligned and rooted to what it is that we want to do with eBay sneakers. I'll then give a high level overview of what we're seeing in the market, as well as the assortment mix that's coming about. From there, we'll touch very high level on some ways for you to optimize your listings before quickly diving into eBay Live, which is a really great new program that we have on eBay. Now, our vision has remained largely unchanged. That is, we want to be the trusted marketplace of choice for sneaker enthusiasts worldwide to discover, buy, and sell any and all sneakers that they want. This is something that we do through a number of different pillars in our strategy. We're always focused on making sure that the platform has the right assortment of sneakers. We always are pushing forward trust for both our buyers and sellers. And beyond that, we're always ideating on ways to bring about relevant experiences, as well as stay engaged in the community abroad. Now, with that, generally from the market itself, I'm sure as sneaker people yourselves, you've probably been aware of kind of the lay of the land, so to speak. During the COVID era, there was a lot of supply in the market. A lot of people were coming in to buy and sell, and that was just a crazy time for sneakers. That sort of bubble generally has come down a bit, but we do believe that we are at the bottom of that, and we are entering a much, much healthier era. With that, we're seeing a lot of brands be more purposeful about their drops. We're seeing people return to more of the retro and heritage models, and a lot of different factors are really pointing toward green fields ahead. Now, eBay in particular has been really good during this time. As you're probably aware, we have favorable buyer and seller economics, which we think is important for both sides of the equation. Again, we focus on bringing about a broad and diverse assortment of inventory. If you are looking for any type of sneaker, whether it's vintage, used, or the latest drop, I guarantee that you can find it on eBay, and that is something that sets us apart. And beyond that, our trust and authenticity at scale is something that we've heavily relied on and will continue to lean into going forward. More generally, with the holiday approaching, you're probably all aware that the holiday season is the demand peak for sneakers. Now, after people come out of the peak of back to school, they kind of defer some of that demand to the later holiday period in Q4. But beyond that, we also actually have a ton of new entrants from the buyer side coming onto eBay to get sneakers. That could be significant others, parents, or any sort of gift giving. So it does become an opportunity of having more buyers with increased intent, which leads to more opportunity for our sellers on the platform. Now, with that, I also wanted to quickly touch on the assortment landscape. Three broad categories. The first I'll touch on is the anchor brand category. This is the big names, Nike, Jordans, and Adidas, that are big brands in the sneaker market and industry, and that will remain unchanged. Those are the foundation of our category. And we're also seeing, as I alluded to before, that they're getting more purposeful again about drops and really fueling excitement in the broader industry. If you're a sneakerhead yourself, you've probably seen some of the crazy sneakers that have come back out this year, a lot of retro and heritage models from Jordan brand. And we're going to continue to see that keep up during the holiday season with Shadow 10s, the Gamma 11s, Black Cat 4s, and everything in between. So again, these anchor brands are still going to be of the utmost importance for our category and for our sellers. Now, another category I wanted to touch on was more focused on the performance and lifestyle side. So these are brands that have been long-standing, like Asics, Saucony, and the sort, and also new entrants, On, Hoka, and Brooks. On our platform and in the industry more broadly, we're seeing double-digit increases in the sell-through of these brands, which is indicating a real consumer preference shift toward these more performance and lifestyle brands. So with that said, this is another very important category for us, especially as we enter into the holiday season. It also starts to bring about a new contingent of buyer. It's no longer a focus on just sneakerheads and hype enthusiasts, This is getting to people that just want a good quality pair of sneaker and want to find the right brand at the right price. And we know that eBay is a good platform for that. The other assortment bucket I wanted to quickly touch on was the luxury bucket. So this is your Gucci's, Louis Vuittons, Balmain's, Dior's. We're seeing more broadly that customers want these brands, but they want them at the right price. So accessible luxury is becoming a much more important portion of our overall category mix. So this is another opportunity area for sellers to lean into in terms of their assortment strategy. Now, with all of that said, knowing that we have new buyers on the platform that maybe aren't used to working with eBay, or just generally wanting to differentiate your listings from other sellers that may have similar inventory, I wanted to bring about just our general listing guidance. And I'll also caveat this with saying that through the eBay site via Seller Center, you can go deeper on all of these to find the information that you need. But at a very high level, the listings are important. That's everything from photos all the way down to the timeliness of your listings. But at an extreme high level, from a photo standpoint, we recommend at least 5 pictures of your sneakers from all different angles. And we find the sweet spot to be 8 pictures. So again, if you go to Seller Center, you'll find a whole guide that shows you which are the most important pictures to take to showcase all angles of the shoe, the packaging, and really allow the buyer to know exactly what they're purchasing. In line with this, condition and being honest and clear with the selection of your condition is important as well. One of the biggest buyer pain points we see is that an item arrived not as described. So to the degree that sellers can ensure that their listings are very reflective of the actual condition is so much more important for both sides. Beyond that, pricing is key. You guys are all aware of this. It is a very liquid market with sneakers, and competitive pricing is key to driving conversion. Through the listing flow, we have our listing price guidance, which will showcase kind of the historic sales in the last month or so. But I see there may be an audio issue, but I'll continue on. It sounds like that's fixed. You can also go to sold listings on eBay to get a great sense of what sneakers are selling for, and making sure that you price yours in line with the market is of utmost importance as well. Beyond that, listing quality in general, as well as timeliness, especially with hot new releases, is great. People come to eBay to find the hottest new shoes at the best deal. So ensuring that you bring your inventory to the platform the minute it's available will help to drive conversion and viewership on your listing as well. Very quickly, on the same vein of optimizing your listings, I also wanted to hit on promoted listings at a very high level. So promoted listings general is a cost per pay model. So it's a marketing strategy and campaign that you can apply to your listings that bring it up more in the searchability. So it'll drive more eyes on your listings, and you only pay for these ads once your item sells. Our recommendation at a very high level is to start with a 2% flat rate across all of your listings, and then monitor and adjust all of your ad campaigns as it best works for you and your business. Beyond that, there is also a priority level of promoted listings, and that is on a cost per click model. So as you become a little more advanced and you get used to how ads works, I would also recommend taking a look at promoted listings priority as well. Again, I'll point you all to the Seller Center page on eBay, which I think is a wonderful resource for sellers and buyers alike to get a best sense of what works for sellers and buyers on the platform. The last thing I wanted to touch on was, again, in the vein of relevant experiences and making sure that we're bringing those to eBay and within the sneakers category specifically, is eBay Live. So it's an interactive real-time shopping experience where you can schedule shows and sell your inventory live to live viewers. Right now, eBay Live is definitely something that's being built out and something we want to push out more broadly. So right now, we're kind of being selective in how we're bringing buyers on the platform. But for anybody that has the volume, for anybody that has experience with live selling, and for anybody that wants to unlock this channel as an additional way to sell product, I strongly urge you to follow the QR code here. First, it'll bring you to the landing page of eBay Live where you can see the myriad of shows that we have available. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is an FAQ link. And within those FAQs, there's a direct link to the application for eBay Live. Again, if you think you'd be a good fit for this, we'd love to hear from you. And we'll hopefully be able to reach back out and bring you onto this, what I believe is a wonderful next wave thing that will continue to differentiate eBay sneakers from a lot of our competitors. That's the very high level that we had. I also want to call out that this weekend, for anybody in the Las Vegas area, Andrew and myself will both be at ComplexCon. We'll be walking the show, getting a load of everything that the show has to offer, as well as trying to interface with any current sellers and buyers or potential future sellers and buyers. So if you're there and you recognize our faces, please tap our shoulder and we'd be happy to have any sort of conversation about eBay or just sneakers more broadly. That brings us to our time. I know there are a couple Q&A points that are coming through here on the chat. So given we have just a few moments left, I would love to hit on any of those. Take a look. Oh, I see. Maybe there was an issue with my volume, but hopefully we're good now. Oh, although it may be a little too late. All right, folks. Well, again, thank you for joining. If you happen to be in the Las Vegas area, reach out to us. Feel free to reach out any other way that may make sense. We're so excited and appreciative for all of you as sellers on eBay. We see green pastures ahead for the sneaker industry in general going forward, and we're excited to go on this ride with you and make it the best platform that you can sell and buy on. I know myself, I'm a big buyer and seller. I'm super excited about eBay and sneakers more broadly, and it's been a wonderful experience getting to talk to you all, and I look forward to continuing this in the future.